Alright guys, welcome to the travel show. I'm gonna talk about East Canada today. Newfoundland and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, pretty much these three provinces. They've been the start of my big trip around the world, and the very first time I went to St. John's actually was really cool because I met some amazing people there. My couchsurfer Wade was so nice that I decided to stay there for a few weeks actually instead of just a day, and he was also joining me on some of the hikes here. And the East Coast Trail is pretty much the premier hiking trail that you can do in the east of Canada. The west of Canada, I would say, is a little bit more known, and it's also, if I would compare them, since I've been to both of them, I think it's a bit more spectacular for sure, the west. But the east is for those people who would like to go to places that are not that frequently visited, because in the west of Canada you will have so many cars and so many tourists around. And here, if you hike the East Coast Trail for some days, you could really not see a single person. So it really depends on what kind of travel attitude you have and what you want to do. And the East Coast Trail is a very long trail. I haven't been hiking the whole way. We pretty much done like a few sections of it. And this is during the fall in Canada, so the colors, especially later on, will be really, really impressive. I really like these kind of rugged coastlines everywhere. And our goal was to sleep in a place called, this place here, what was the name again? It's the Barry Arch Head, I think. It's this amazing arch, and you can actually see through the hole and you see the ocean. And we were camping right there. Before I set up the tent, I had to quickly run over to so Wade can take a picture of me standing on the arch. Really cool location. There's our tent here, right in the premier spot to see the sunrise, because this is, as I said, the East Coast Trail. So it's obviously on the east coast of Canada, and that was one of our first hikes. And yeah, Wade was just such a nice guy, and we bonded over this fire. We were bonding, and we became like, we've only met known each other for a few days at this point in time, so you can't really say best friends. But yeah, we had a really good chemistry there, and this fire was just, I still remember this fire actually, even though it's been a few years back already. This was 6 years ago, by the way, or 6.5 years now. Very, very cool night camping right in front of this arch. And the next morning was amazing as well. The sun rising over the ocean. Maybe you've seen this as well. When you look at the sunrise coming up from the ocean, you have this kind of effect that it kind of still sticks on the ocean a little bit. I love these sunrises. And yeah, it was really the perfect camping spot. Nobody around, and this is one of the main attractions in that area, and there was really nobody there. So that's what I meant when I said, if you want some more remote experiences, then I would recommend the East Coast Trail rather than going to the west of Canada, which has the bit more impressive landscapes maybe. Yeah, so we continued the hike, of course. This is kind of a typical landscape that you see along the East Coast Trail. Lots of trees, lots of steep cliffs and rocks, and just, very wild nature. There's no shop to buy some ice cream or so around. Often you also have to kind of walk a lot. Cape Spear is already a little bit further down. One of the sites that you can see along the hike. An old lighthouse and also kind of an old military station. You can still see some guns here. The whole trail takes quite a long time actually to do, so we were kind of doing it in segments. This is I think this is a helicopter that crashed down, if I remember correctly. Well, the remains. Nice pictures, professional camera. Oh, not really professional. This is, I think I used the A6000 actually. It was just when the A6000 came out in 2014, I think. So it's like a mirrorless camera, which you could get for like 500 euros. So that's really not that professional. Yeah, this is the. Well, let me quickly check. Signal Hill. Yeah, so this is called Signal Hill here. You have small villages everywhere along the trail. This is actually the biggest village, rather town. Thank you. But these pictures, I'm not really happy with them because back then I really did some bad job with the editing process. Here I was experimenting with this kind of blurry look. But the main problem is that I don't have the original files anymore. I edited them and then I deleted the raw material. Yeah, that really sucked. Now here's Wade again. You can see he's a really joyful person. He's always laughing. And it was just so cool to meet him. Manches stockreif. Yeah, some of these photos I sold quite a bit actually. I sell my pictures on 5 different stock photography sites, and later on I will show you which one sells the best from Canada. It's included in here as well. Yeah, another sunset. Playing around a little bit with perspectives here. And this is really cool. It's a Kitty Vidi brewery. So they brew their own beer here. Kitty Weedy. I think it's pronounced Kitty Weedy. And the location of this brewery is just really nice. In this awesome landscape, and it was a really foggy day, so it was kind of like a spooky atmosphere, and I liked it. Yeah, this is one of the pictures that I sold a few times already. I have a video as well where the boat is coming in here. It's not the greatest though. And then you continue along the coastline. So you pretty much, with the East Coast Trail, most of the time you're actually situated right next to the coast. So you don't really go inland much at all. You can pretty much always see the ocean, which is really nice. Combination of ocean and like kind of a foresty, mountainous landscape. But not really mountains. I would say a hilly landscape, because there's no big mountains over there. There would be more on the west coast of Canada. Yeah, and this is just, I think this part I've done alone. So Wade, he had to go back to work, and then I would just continue and sleep 2 or 3 nights in my tent. And I would end up somewhere, let's say, 40 kilometers away from St. John's or so. And then he would come and pick me up again. So nice of him. And we can still see the fog hanging in the trees there. It was actually later on when I get to this point, which we see from here now, I will actually go there. And it looked so amazing because the sun came through. Yeah, there we go. This is a really spooky atmosphere. And then the further I progressed, then the fog kind of disappeared again. And I could see stuff. But yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, I'm still in touch with him actually, yeah. I think I spoke to him like a year ago last. Of course, not every day. But yeah, I want to go back there someday. Let's see when I can do it. This is already kind of back on the road. So I was exploring some other stuff here and hitchhiking. That's my old backpack from Crux, a British company. And I was really happy with this backpack. It was so tough, man. I spent so many nights like crawling through the rocks in the mountains with this backpack, and after 6.5 years of using it, and 3 years from those 6.5 years, every single day, it eventually broke down. So now I got a new one. Yeah, and I was hitchhiking with truckers. So that's one of the cool trucks that I was hitchhiking in, actually. It kind of looked like an old school plane or so from the inside. Look at that. That's kind of cool, right? I think in America or in Canada, they have, like, they're really proud of their trucks. And yeah, this one probably he's cleaning everything every day. There's nothing worse than hiking with backpack. Why? You just need to have a comfortable one, but you need a backpack if you hike in the wilderness and you have to carry food for 2 weeks. Can't bring a suitcase. Were you always safe hitchhiking? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Ready to lift off. Yeah, it looks more like a plane for sure. Peterbilt. Yeah, I remember this. The name of that's the company of the truck. It looks kind of funny. You will never see something like that in Germany. Yeah, then I went. No, this is the same truck saying goodbye, and I think I was going straight to the next truck. Yeah, this is the next truck, but this one is funny because he was actually delivering stuff. So he delivered like I think it was kind of furniture, and he was so nice. And I told him, hey man, I can help you carrying stuff. So I actually spent 3 hours carrying furniture stuff to all kinds of houses. And after we were done, he was like, come on, I'm giving you a small tour now. And he was driving me around a little bit. So nice of him, like extra ways pretty much. Yeah, this is the kind of signs you see in Newfoundland because they have a lot of moose. I actually saw some moose live as well. We're gonna see that in a bit. That is so this is the A6000, I think, yeah. But with the kit lens, really bad lens. It's all about getting a good lens, guys, if you want to take some good photos. So this was actually not the greatest setup. It still looks okay, even though I edited completely wrong. Too much contrast in these pictures. Yeah, next up was the Gros Morne National Park. Really, really cool park. And exactly at this spot, I actually met some hikers that came from the other direction. And they told me that they've seen a black bear with 2 cubs. And with bears in the wild, you really have to be a bit careful when they have cubs with them. Because you don't want to put them like in a situation where they feel threatened, because then they will charge and attack you. So it added a little bit to the excitement, because they actually seen the bears like 10 minutes before they met me. They've seen the bears with their own eyes. And I was like, all right, cool. Better be careful. That's the kind of landscape here. I was with the tent that I was... Yeah, there was the tent, I think, from Wade, actually. He gave me a tent. For some reason, I'm not sure what was going on with my own tent, but I still remember having a tent that was not mine, and it was not really waterproof. I would find out eventually during the night when it was raining the whole night. But before I got there, I first had to find a camp spot, so I was kind of walking along this mountain here. Not really any suitable camp spots here on the summit. This is actually the summit already from the mountain. But of course I had to check it out first and take some pictures. It's not really high, only 800 meters. It's a very, very flat summit. You can see some of the cool fjords and lakes here, and everywhere you look you see the yellow trees. Later on I would see trees like that during the sunny days, and it looks so amazing. There's a really cool lake in the background actually. That would have been a nice spot to camp as well. I was going down here, and then this is the lake that I found, and that's also the moment when I had the moose coming by. So I was setting up my tent, and I was figuring out where to hide my food to make sure you really have to put your food far away from your tent if you have bears around, and you put it up in the trees. And then I was like, I set up my tent, and I felt like something is watching me, and then I turn around and this moose is looking at me. It was like a big male bull. But we were looking at each other for a while, and then he took off to get something to drink maybe. I didn't see him again, but it was kind of nice to see the moose live. Not being in a zoo, like in nature. And then in the night it was raining a lot, and the tent was not really waterproof. So the problem was that it was only like 1 a.m. or so, and it was raining so hard that I decided to just not sleep that night. So I just packed down the tent and started hiking in the night. There was no point waiting there. Next morning, pretty much a very rainy day, some more hitchhiking towards this place here, Western Brook Pond. Another really cool place, pretty much cliffs going into the ocean. Everything was completely empty here because it's off season, and yeah, this is kind of a line that they put there to help you crossing the river, because the river can be, well, in this situation it was really calm, but if you have like a rainy day and a lot of, yeah, just bad weather, then it could be a bit tougher to cross it without that line. And yeah, these landscapes are just really amazing. You can in the season, tourist season, you can actually take a boat into these mountains over there. But yeah, sadly, I didn't have that luxury. I was walking around in the rain quite a lot. And behind me, you can see in the mud, those are tracks for moose. So I was pretty much following moose track all the time. There was so much moose poo and moose track everywhere. So I knew I was not alone. Yeah, some more beach landscapes, and in the background again the yellow leaves. Really pretty. I was not camping there, I was just kind of day hiking. And then in the end I went back to another area again. I had my little lunch break here. Yeah, all these pictures are a little bit overexposed, sadly. Or too much contrast. I wish I could revert it and edit them again, but yeah, deleted the original file, sadly. Finally, the sun came out a bit. There's a little toad or frog. Yeah, look at my hair. This is how my hair should look like. And now it's looking like a mushroom that's about to explode. Really, really like these pictures here. That's the sun just came out. You have to imagine it was kind of raining the whole day, and then if you have a really rainy day with a lot of clouds, and then the clouds kind of open up and the sun peeks through, it gives you that really, really amazing light. And I found one of these guys again. A little bit of a close-up picture. I was really crawling to the floor to take a nice picture of him. Yeah, and then once more, hitchhiking, seeing the sunset from the car. We had a quick stop here to take a picture because it was so nice. Yeah, and that's the next spot here. And that's where I said, like, the colors are so amazing with the trees, primarily yellow, but also a lot of red and green. It's just somebody put a Canadian flag here on the tree. I'm not sure why. That was just like a quick hike that I was doing in between hitchhiking, pretty much. So this is autumn or fall, depending on if you're in the UK on the yes. Yeah, it looks really nice. Very strong colors. Yeah, and then, yeah, with these ladies. That's one of my favorite hitchhiking stories. So I was standing in this gas station or something, and I was having my thumb out, you know, hitchhiking, and these two are watching me for like 10 minutes, and I can just see how they're turning their head and they're talking to each other, and I'm just like standing like okay, are you gonna take me or not? And then they slowly drove to me and opened the window and said, would you like a ride, my dear? I was like, oh, that would be lovely. And then they told me that I was the first person ever in their life that they picked up, the first hitchhiker. And a day later, I get like a notification on my phone, and somebody tagged me on Twitter. I was not really using Twitter much back in the days, but they sent me a picture from them saying like, to the cutest hitchhiker ever. Oh man, I will never forget these ladies. Yeah, touring along the East Coast still here, slowly making my way towards New Brunswick, actually. Really cool houses here too. Oh, sneaky, another 5 gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much, man. Getting close to the 100 now. This house looks actually really cool on the right side. The Mariner King. Canada 10 cents coin. That's some kind of famous boat. Here, a little doggy that I was traveling around there with another couch chef, actually. That was her doggy. I have a really cool picture here. Some people told me that I have exactly the same face expression as the dog. Do you think that's true? It kind of looks like it, right? Me and the dog being one person. I like how he's showing me his tongue like... Yeah, it's one of my favorite dog pictures, actually. Oh yeah, and now we're coming to the Bay of Fundy, guys. This place is really cool. It's in the Guinness Book of Records. So it has the highest tidal difference in the world. So this is around low tide, and on high tide the water will be all the way up here to the trees. And it's not even low tide, it can go much lower. And in total, between low and high tide, the water level is 18 or 16 or 17, between 16 and 18 meters different. You can check it up afterwards when we're done, how much it is exactly. But this place was really, really cool. And yeah, you have to time your visit because you want to see it in both low and high tide. So that was the low tide. And yeah, this is even lower now. You can see the picture I took in the first picture was somewhere around the corner here, and the water was still here. And now the water already retreated another 3-4 meters maybe. And normally the water is going up until the top of this hill here, of this rock. And then you can just walk around there. And 4 hours later, this will all be underwater. So, really cool place to check out, the Bay of Fundy. Or Fundy. Not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it correctly. Imagine setting up your tent there. Yeah, you will definitely get a surprise at some point. Amazing pictures. You're lucky there was no corona back in the time. Yeah, I know. This is also a picture that I sold a few times already. Or was it this one? One of them. Can't remember. But this is a really cool spot, not only because it's a world record. Nowhere in the world can you find higher tide differences. But it was also just the way everything looks, like these rocks. You can see they're all shaped by the ocean. Like, they're probably shaped by waves and stuff. So it's really, really special. You have some green algae there in the middle. Yeah, and all of this is in the water normally. Like a few hours later. I think I was also doing some climbing there. Oh man, I look much fitter there than I am now, I have to say. Ach yeah, I miss traveling. Yeah, I was doing some climbing actually without climbing shoes. With my green shoes and my green running pants. Or swimming pants. This is also a really nice picture. The colors look really cool there. Yeah, that's the same spot again. But you can see the water is even lower here. And yeah, that's it, guys. East Canada. I hope you like that. We're going to stick around in the chat for a bit longer. I'm going to check exactly how high the tidal difference is. For you guys on YouTube, you can check it in the Google search. Just put in Bay of Fundy, Fundy. I hope you liked it. And if you want to join the show next time live, it's every Monday at 8 p.m. Yeah, I'm still doing it from home, but hopefully soon I will be able to travel again. And then, hopefully I'm also not going to be alone. I will have my couch surfing host next to me, and we can ask that person all kinds of questions. I also plan to do real life streams. For instance, when I'm hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, I'm going to try to have a good phone reception so I can kind of stream live for many hours per day and take you with me on the trip. That's my plan. But until then, I'm going to do my travel show from home, showing you some of my old travel highlights. Hope you liked it, and see you next Monday then. Have a good one.